guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. It's the 22nd through to the 28th of June 2020. We focus on your general, your work, and then your love. So let's make a start. Okay, Aries, so we've got the spread down. Let's have a look. So in your general message, the Sun, which is a lovely card to get, I think, Aries, ruled by Leo. Beautiful. The Sun is about joy and happiness, but more than that, it's about potential and optimism and positive new beginnings and things completing in a very successful way, things starting in a really successful way. It's just a card about really good stuff happening. It's also a card about getting burnt, though. It depends on what it's aspected by. It's a card about healing. It's a card about overcoming. Recovery is the Sun energy showing here. It's also a card about clarity and wisdom and all that good stuff. Revelation, revealing is the Sun card, but it can also represent when you're hiding something, like a blind spot, that type of thing. Let's look at the next one. The Five of Swords, though. So, very interesting. We've got the messages, the Sun and the Five of Swords. So I just feel that, I think that this to me looks very good. I've got to be honest, because the Sun is not always it's not always a brilliant card, and it is aspected by the Five of Swords, but it feels like the message it feels like it's more about having confidence. The Sun can also represent the ego as well, because the cards like the Six of Wands, the Sun, they're ruled by Leo. There can be an egotistical element to these cards. So the advice, I think, or the message for the week is all about confidence, allowing oneself to shine with the Sun energy. Perhaps there is a need to shine out against the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can be somebody who's a bully. The Five of Swords can be somebody who's jealous. The Five of Swords can be somebody who's trying to assert themselves over others. For me, this can also be the card about doubt, and the Sun energy for me is kind of like the overcoming with the Sun energy showing here, the healing perhaps concerning doubt or a difficult or a conflicting situation. Let's have a look at the next one. The Two of Pentacles. So juggling is the Two of Coins energy showing here. Juggling, the Two of Pentacles energy. So juggling skill, Five of Swords energy, Five of Swords energy. I'm wondering if somebody's actually jealous of your skill set. Jealous of your skill set. And I feel that in a way, it's almost like the message is that there is a need with the Sun energy in a way to be confident. To be confident in oneself. To have a certain element of self-belief with the Sun energy. To feel good about oneself. It may be, this is a card about jealousy, and this can be about your skills, because this is somebody who's very skilled. Let's have a look at the next one. The Seven of Cups shows here. Very interesting collection of cards. The Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is illusion, it's dreams, but it's choices as well. The Page of Cups energy here. So juggling, Two of Coins energy. We've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups. This can also, this can refer to illusions. It can refer to drugs as well. Don't want to use that word in the reading, obviously, because we're not really meant to use those on. But this can be addictions and things like that. Juggling. I'm just trying to think of what. This is a really interesting collection of cards. Being the message. The message is the Sun, Five of Swords energy. So the Sun is to. The Sun, so happiness is the Sun energy. It's being confident, it's being joyful against the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords energy. Let me have a look at how the Five of Swords is looking over at this Two of Coins person here. Okay, so it's really interesting actually. Look at this. Look how the Two of Coins guy creates some form of barrier. here against this Five of Swords person here. It's almost like this person creates some form of protection. It's a really weird thing, but he's got his sword up ready to attack. He's already attacked a couple of people in the background, but now what he wants to do is attack this person. But it's almost like he's saying, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. It's almost like he's saying to this person, you can't hurt me. I'm protected. There's a rainbow here. Rainbows often for me represent hope. And sometimes they represent for me spiritual protection. So it's almost like some of you guys, it's almost like the message is to feel confident. It's almost like you're protected against this Five of Swords individual showing here. The Seven of Cups energy showing here. So the Seven of Cups is about an illusion here. The Page of Cups, so the Seven of Cups, an illusion, something hidden showing in the clouds here. So there's a message coming out. The Page of Cups energy showing here. Page of Cups, there's a message coming to you. The Seven of Cups is the illusion. Okay, this is something that is an illusion here. It's not real. It's pretense with the Seven of Cups, and there's a message coming forward. That's an interesting one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clarify some of these. So I'm a bit stumped. I don't know why I'm stumped on this, but I just am. Aries. It just stumps me a little bit because it's almost like it's saying a couple of things. I'm going to ask firstly what it means by the Two of Pentacles. What do you mean by that Two of Coins? What do you mean by that Two of Pentacles in two cards? Right, so you've got a King of Wands, an Ace of Wands in the reverse. So an Ace of Wands in the reverse is a lack of interest or a lack of motivation or a lack of energy, or something isn't starting or something is delayed. Ace of Wands reversed. And the Lovers. So I think that there's just a lack of attraction in a relationship here. For some reason, it's saying that this is about there being I'm asking, well, what is the Two of Pentacles? What are you trying to tell me about the Two of Pentacles? And it's saying it's about a lack of attraction in a relationship. You can get the Lovers here and the Ace of Wands, or a lack of sex, perhaps, within a relationship here. So this isn't protection. And the Five of Swords energy here, the Sun. The Sun, I'm trying to work out what that is. So we've got the Sun. The message is the Sun. It's about happiness and confidence. But also, it could be, because actually, the Two of Coins is somebody who's juggling a relationship as well. So when you get the Two of Pentacles, somebody's juggling two people here. And it may be that there are secret messages, because somebody may be messaging or communicating with somebody in secret, because the Seven of Cups is it's a smoke screen. So there's a smoke screen, communication smoke screen, communicating in a smoke screen. Like this person's communicating with somebody else. For example, there's a smoke screen being put up against communication. So they're hiding their communication here. This person's juggling, which is why the Ace of Wands is reversed. So there's no sex or no sexual attraction in a relationship. Somebody's juggling someone else. I actually feel somebody's being exposed here. The Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords for me isn't necessarily a cheating card, though. The Sun. Somebody's taking advantage. The Five of Swords is somebody taking it. I think that somebody's taking advantage. I think the message is maybe somebody's taking advantage with that Five of Swords. And something's being exposed. The Sun also exposes. Somebody taking advantage. That Two of Coins is somebody juggling not just you, but somebody else. Seven of Cups energy. So this could be on the internet. The Seven of Cups sending messages. I think that's the message. Sounds really weird, and it took a bit of time to get there, but I actually think that it is. Because I never put this down to a relationship thing on the general, but it feels like it. Okay, let's go through this again. The general message is that something is being exposed here, the Sun. I think it might be with the Five of Swords energy. Somebody's bad deeds as well. Five of Swords is somebody where somebody commits a bad deed. Somebody's bad deed is being exposed here. The Five of Swords. This person here, I think, has been juggling a couple of people, because there's no sex within your relationship, possibly for some of you guys, or there's no fire, or there's no passion. The Ace of Wands in the upright is passion, but it's reversed. So no passion within a relationship here. Somebody's juggling somebody else. I think that I think it's online. I think they're juggling other people online, because the Seven of Cups is on the online card as well. This is doing things on the internet, Instagram, Facebook. I get the impression somebody's been juggling multiple people online, and it feels like sending messages. So I think the message is that it might be that exposed. Maybe this week, it could be in the next couple of weeks. It may be that you've got a lover here who's been not just seeing you, but they might also be seeing other people online. Let's have a look at the next one for work. The Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man often means, for me, delays in terms of work. Things, setbacks, for example, with the Hangman energy showing here. The King of Swords. I think there might be a delay or a setback here with the Hangman. It looks like a person in authority here. The King of Swords would be a person. It almost feels like there's a delay or a setback until a person in authority, the King of Swords energy, shows up here. I got this with another sign through a different deck. That's really weird. It looks like they've got to juggle. They've got many things to juggle. They've got decisions to juggle. And actually, can you see the dog there? They're carrying news. So it almost feels like there are delays in work. It may be some of you guys who have been kind of like working from home for the last few months because of this situation. But it feels like with the Hangman, there may be delays. There's a King of Swords, somebody in a position of authority and power here. They're trying to, with the Two of Pentacles, make a certain decision. They're weighing things up. They may be waiting for some news to come as well with that dog showing there. Let's have a look at them here. Four of Coins energy. So Four of Coins can represent boundaries. Four of Coins represents protection. Four of Coins, isolation. Four of Coins. The Hierophant is reversed. So something is bad advice. Is the wrong advice. The Hierophant in the reverse. Something. This may be Four of Coins energy. I'm just, because this is a card about protecting oneself with the Four of Coins energy, but it feels like something is bad advice. Maybe, depends on what the Four of Coins is. Four of Coins in a work reading is often staying in a job because you need the money, for example. But it doesn't feel that way, because it feels like something in terms of your career is being delayed. It feels like somebody in a place of authority is weighing things up. They may also be waiting for news to come to them. It may be regarding with the Four of Coins energy, something to do with the home, for example, or something to do with saving money, for example, with the Four of Pentacles energy. It may be with the Hierophant energy showing here. There's something, I mean, the Hierophant in the reverse is often doing things outside of the rule book. So they may be kind of weighing things up. They're waiting for some news. Four of Coins, it could be regarding kind of how they protect the workforce, because the Four of Coins represents personal protection. So how do we keep everybody safe, for example, with the Four of Coins energy? That Hierophant reverse, it may be that they are, maybe that they're, I don't know, this can be bad advice, or this could be, it may be that they're thinking, you know, that they're doing things outside of the way that they've always done them, because the Hierophant in the reverse means that we're not doing things according to the rule book. It's doing things outside of our remit, for example. Doing things outside of the remit is the Hierophant reverse. Let's just clarify and ask what that Hierophant reversed is. What is this Hierophant reversed in two cards? What is the Hierophant reversed in two cards? Let's have a look. It's the Eight of Coins, so that's work. The Eight of Pentacles is the work showing here, and the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. So work being cut, or decisions concerning work, or work being cut, because the Two of Swords can actually act like a scissors as well. You can see here she's blocking something out as well. So it's about the work. The Eight of Coins is definitely the work card, and with the Two of Swords, it is facing a decision, but that wouldn't make any sense, because he's facing a decision in this card here, the Two of Coins. So work being blocked, for example, there's a block, because Two of Swords means a lack of entry, blocking something out. So this Hierophant, I asked what is the Hierophant reverse, and the Hierophant reverse is about work, the Eight of Pentacles energy being blocked. So it may be doing something outside of the remit, for example. I'm just going to clarify that Two of Swords again as well. Your reading's very interesting today, actually, Aries. What is this Two of Swords about? What do you mean by the Two of Swords showing here? Because we know it's a decision card, but we've already got the decision in there. The Tower. So the Tower is breaking away from things. The Tower is, the breakup of a foundation that wasn't solid. Let's have a look. The Tower, the Tower, the Two of Swords. So the Tower and the Five of Cups. So maybe this is some sudden change happening here. Maybe the Five of Cups that maybe leave some people feeling quite disappointed. So it almost feels like work is being blocked, or again with the Two of Swords, work is being put on hold. So it might be doing something outside of the remit at the moment. So I think for work, for some of you, Aries, there are delays with the Hangman. It feels to me there is somebody in charge, a King of Swords, who's weighing virtually, everything up here. They're waiting for this message, this dog, from an advisor, from a friend, from a colleague. They're waiting for a message here. And it's to do with probably the safety with the Four of Coins. It's to do with how we keep people safe. but there may be a need to do things out of the ordinary with the Hierophant energy. Okay, doing things out of the ordinary with the Hierophant. But that it's about, and I asked, well, what do you mean by the Hierophant? Doing things out of the ordinary, the Hierophant reverse. Well, it's about blocking work. The Eight of Coins is working, but this is about blocking work. So it might be that there's a radical change. So there may be a need to perhaps, it could literally I get the impression that this is laying a few people off. I'm not saying that you're going to get laid off, Aries. I'm not saying that you're, I'm not saying that you're, oh dear, I'm not saying that you're not, you know, you're being laid off, but you may hear about some layoffs potentially concerning work, because it looks to me that with the Hierophant in reverse, they're doing things outside of the ordinary. This is something that they've not wanted to do. That's why there's delays here with the Hangman. King of Swords is the person in charge who's weighing things up. They're waiting for a message to come through. You can see the message that's being delivered because the ships are now going off. So it's almost like there's a message that's being delivered they've been waiting for. How to protect people, keep them safe with the Four of Coins energy. They'll probably need to do something outside of what they would usually do. And that is probably stop people from working. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Coins. Radical changes that might leave people feeling a bit upset. So that might be laying a few people off, that type of thing. So that could be coming into view for some of you Aries this week, potentially. Not necessarily that you'll be laid off. You might be, but more that you might hear about other people getting laid off. Let's have... a look at the love reading. So the Eight of Cups showing here. That's interesting. That showed for another sign, that did. So I'm just seeing on this card two people who are kind of accepting that their relationship was an illusion. And the reason that I'm saying that is because I read visually from these cards. And also because we see the Seven of Cups, which is an illusion sometimes within a relationship. What we're getting is it's on the ground. It's almost like the Seven of Cups are up here and they've suddenly just all fallen down on the ground. So it's almost like finally both people accepting that the relationship was nothing more than an illusion here. Let's have a look at this one here. The Seven of Coins. But I feel that you are getting rewards from that, because this is reaping the benefits of all of the hard work. So reaping the benefits from everything that was planted. So I think that there's a lesson being learned from this concerning this Seven of Cups with this Seven of Coins energy showing there. And I feel that it's really positive, and I think it's going to help to cleanse you and to revitalize you with the Star energy showing here. And I feel that there is, with the Three of Cups energy, a great deal of happiness coming to you and joy, and possibly just spending time talking to friends and that type of thing with the Three of Cups energy showing there. But okay, here we've got the Tower again. So the breaking up, but that you're healing after the breakup of a relationship, of a really strong partnership, I think, showing here. Because the Three of Cups can also just be a partnership. I know there's three people on there, but it doesn't always have to be third parties, and it's not really, for me, being aspected by cards that would indicate that. So this is the really strong, happy partnership, the breakup, but it's the healing of that. So I feel that this week for you, Aries, you know, you and an individual are accepting that the relationship, whatever it was that you had, was nothing more than an illusion, and you're taking something away from that. You're learning from it with this Seven of Coins showing here, and you're healing yourself with the Star. Even though the relationship has been torn apart, I do feel that you're learning something from it and you're healing. Okay, let's have a quick look again one more time at the overall energy of this reading. So we have the Sun. So in your general message, the Sun. So I'm feeling that somebody's bad deeds are being exposed here with the Sun and the Five of Swords. I think that they've been juggling a couple of people here, you and another individual. I think it's all done online though. They've been sending messages probably online. And also I think that this person is pretending to be something that they're not online as well, because the Seven of Cups is all about an illusion here. And it's almost like with the Page of Cups, they're presenting an illusion about themselves. So it could also be that there's an exposure of somebody who's doing a bad deed here. They've been juggling probably multiple people online, presenting something about themselves that isn't true. And we asked what this was, and it was the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Lovers. So I see a lack of passion in a relationship here. So somebody, because it may be for some of you Aries that there has been a lack of passion in a relationship, and therefore this person here is doing a bad deed. They're juggling other people online. They're pretending to be something. For example, with the Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups, to me this looks like a false messenger, because the Seven of Cups is false. It's an illusion, and this is a messenger. So it looks to me like this person is presenting very false messages about themselves. Like, for example, you may discover that this person is putting on Facebook or on, I don't know where you go, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, single. You know, they've changed their relationship status to single when, because there's no passion in the relationship, they're saying, I'm single. So you may be discovering, this might be somebody that you've already broken up with, for some of you Aries, that with the Sun you're discovering the bad deed of the Five of Swords energy. All right, or there's a discovery that's really quite hurtful here with the Five of Swords, because Five of Swords represents to feel hurt. So this is the discovery with the Sun, because that could be that there's a discovery that's very hurtful. This person's juggling a couple of people, doing it online with the Seven of Cups, but also doubling up on that Seven of Cups, presenting an illusion that they are, you know, on their own. You know, they might be lying about their age, saying that they're younger than what they are, or, you know, that they're single because this and the other. So I just feel that you're discovering the messages you may discover. Universe is telling you to look out for, you know, messages that somebody might be sending that aren't true about who they are, because your relationship is either non-existent with them or it's not going very well. In terms of work, I'm getting there being delays in your work. Maybe there's delays in going back to work. There's a person here in a place of authority, the King of Swords. This person's trying to weigh things up with the Two of Coins. They're waiting on a message as well. So they're weighing things up. Or they may be even, the Two of Coins is playing around as well. So this person may be, it's funny, the Two of Coins is under here, isn't it? This person here may be kind of just like playing for time a little bit until a message comes in from afar. We can see the message being delivered, and the message it looks like this person is waiting on is whether they should, with this Four of Pentacles, it's about trying to keep maybe workforce safe, because Four of Coins is trying, and also that distancing, trying to kind of, you know, the message is how we're going to distance people, how we're going to keep them safe, but it might be that they're doing something completely against type with the Hierophant in the reverse. In that it looks to me with the Eight of Pentacles, they might also be cutting your work. So they may be cutting hours, for example. So for example, if it's a case of going back into the workplace this week or next week for some of you Aries, and they're waiting on, they're making decisions, they're waiting on a message about the Four of Coins. How do we keep people safe, for example? Showing here with the Four of Coins. I want to read it two ways. They might be waiting on a message about how they keep people safe with that Four of Coins and protected with the Four of Pentacles. To which the Eight of Coins could be, and the Two of Swords could be, well, why don't, because Two of Swords is splitting, it's a scissors. Why don't we split people's work? In other words, they might be looking to split your hours. So some people go in at a certain time and so some people go in at another. And that could be where they're doing things out of the ordinary, because the Hierophant is where we're keeping to a tradition. In the upright, the Hierophant reverse is where the tradition isn't kept. So it might be that they're deciding either that they're going to cut your work down, you know, so sometimes you go in at, say, 4 hours in the daytime, somebody comes in 4 hours in the afternoon. That's how we can organise maybe, the flow of people and how we keep this social distancing thing going and that type of thing. Could also be cutting work. You know, we've got the Tower, sudden decisions. Not everybody's happy about it with the Five of Cups. So it's either cutting people's work, like getting rid of a few people, or it's cutting people's hours, I think, that you could find possibly concerning work, because they're looking for a solution. Now, if that Four of Coins is about waiting on messages, news about how they're going to save money, because Four of Coins is saving money, then it could be that they're doing something that they've never had to do before. They're breaking the habit of a lifetime with the Hierophant in the reverse. And that would be, again, that wouldn't be cutting, that would, again, probably, it depends on whether it's about making sure that everybody's safe in terms of social distancing. So they're cutting people's hours. So some people going at a certain time, some people going at another time. Or maybe they're cutting jobs, or even it's in the case of saving money, again, it might be cutting people's hours with that Two of Swords and the Eight of Coins, or again, cutting people's jobs. Either way, they're doing something that they're not used to doing, Hierophant in the reverse. It's completely out, it goes against type, Hierophant in the reverse, and it's a sudden change that kind of leaves people feeling a little bit sad and disappointed. Finally, love. You and an individual have accepted that the relationship was an illusion. You're taking something away from this, though. You're taking a lesson away from it. Even though this was a really good relationship here and it's now kind of defunct with the Tower, I think that you're starting to heal and cleanse yourself off this, okay? So it's almost like you're cleansing yourself from the fallout of this kind of broken relationship, which I think is pretty good. So let's have a quick look at what the advice is, spiritual advice. So the spiritual advice is, again, be a natural beauty. It says here, your entire body is precious, so choose personal care products that reflect your consciousness and commitment to self-love. Say no to toxins and yes to the healthiest ingredients possible. You deserve to look and feel great, and you are worth the effort. Be a natural beauty. All right, that's your reading, my darlings. If you'd like your own personal reading, click onto the link in the comment section below or the end screen. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.